Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about Stargirl. We're not going to talk about a single episode, we're going to talk about an entire season 1. This is a fairly new series. So, Stargirl is like a 13 episode season. I saw the trailers. I thought it would look pretty fine. I didn't have high expectations for it. I'll be the first to admit, I did not have high expectations of it. But I still gave it a shot, because I do believe no matter how terrible a movie looks from the trailers, that at some point I should give that movie or show a chance. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give Stargirl a chance. And I'm so happy that I did, because it turns out to be one of my favorite television shows ever. Here's a quick synopsis of what the entire show is about. There's these two teams, the Justice Society and the Injustice Society. The Injustice Society are the evil versions of, are made up of evil people, and they're the rivals to the Justice Society. What is the Justice Society? I always thought they were like the best explanations that I can make that always made sense to me was that the Justice Society was pretty much like the pre-Justice League. Like, they were kind of like the setup to the Justice League, per se. Like, the team that came before the Justice League. And the reason why I'm saying the Justice League, because same universe. But pretty much think of the Avengers, if you're a Marvel fan, but in the old times. Like, before the Avengers were around. Imagine a team that came before the Avengers. But in DC Comics era. If that makes sense. Hence, why I originally made the Justice League reference. And the Injustice Society the series starts off with pretty much the Justice Society, or the GSA, or the Injustice Society, fighting each other. The Injustice Society, that are the IGSA, kill the JSA. And we see Starman dying. He said, telling Stripey, his sidekick, find out who's person worthy to wield this cosmic staff, because it's a staff with powers, which has a mind of its own. And Stripey says, yeah, sure. And this was like 15-ish years ago, like how they presented it. Fast forwarding to present day, we see Stripe has a son, and he is married to yet to be Stargirl at the time, Courtney's mom. And they go to Blue Valley. I forget the reasoning why, but they go to Blue Valley. And everybody in town seems friendly. And Courtney is kind of struggling to connect with Pat, which is Stripey, because I forget if they said this or not, but I can't imagine why she has a hard time connecting with Stripey, because nobody can replace your father or your mother or your birth parent. And so if one of your parents, let's say if something happened to one of your parents, and then the other parent that's still alive dates and marries this other person that will become your step parent, it's understandable as a child you'll have a hard time connecting with that person, because maybe as a child perspective nobody can be as good for your parent as your other parent that's no longer with that parent or no longer around, or maybe that parent feels like a replacement. I don't know. So at first Stargirl has a hard time connecting with her stepfather, which is Pat. She essentially connects with him throughout the season, because of the Staff of Destiny. She found the Staff of Destiny. She discovers Starman, and for the longest time, she was believing that Starman was her father. And at first, Pat was not okay with Courtney becoming Stargirl because of what happened to the JSA. But in time, he kind of learned to be somewhat okay with it. And she learns what happened to the original JSA because Pat was on the original JSA. So she tries to recruit new people for the JSA. So she recruits this girl to be a Wildcat, this other girl to be Dr. Midnight, and this guy to be Iron Man. And funny enough, Iron Man, the guy who's the new Iron Man, is the son of the original Iron Man, which is great. And speaking of Iron Man, like the current one, not the old one. Well, kind of the old one, but more so the new one. For a while for the season, it's been like kind of teased that Solomon Grundy and Iron Man will go at it, like fight, because Solomon Grundy killed Iron Man's parents, his father being the original Iron Man, and they do at the season finale. I'm just going to spoil it right now. They do have the season finale, and it's epic. It's really cool. But they are in Blue Valley. Stargirl and Stripe discovers that the Injustice Society are in Blue Valley, their current town. But they're trying to figure out who is in the Injustice Society, and they eventually do. And they're like the Injustice Society's master plan is revealed, which is to make everybody like pretty much mind control everyone, to end racism, segregation, and sexism, to promote equality. That on the surface is alright, but mind controlling people into thinking the exact same thing, that's crossing a line. And so, and Icicle killed Starman. Stargirl, oh yeah, I'm so upset, which I'm probably gonna put in the title anyways. Spoilers. This is spoilers. Soft spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil everything. So earlier, like I said, Stargirl said that was for the longest time believing that Starman was her father, but he wasn't. Some douchebag was her father, not Starman. And she kind of had some self-confidence issues for a little bit, but she got it back. And for a while, like for a short time, the Staff of Destiny wasn't working for Stargirl because I'm guessing the Staff of Destiny wanted her to get her confidence back first, to trust herself, because her trust in herself was shaken when she found out that she wasn't Starman's daughter. And she blamed herself for 2 students' deaths, because at this point, there was 2 students that went to her school that died. One of them being the son of the Injustice Society's member, Brainwave. As I called him in my reviews episode by episode on my group channel, Scattered Shadows, Brainwave Jr., BJ. Which, I feel bad for that guy, because Wildcat has some personal beef with BJ, as I call him, because she sent a picture topless to him. Which was stupid of her. And she owned it in the show. But she also... But BJ decides to send it to Sheev, the daughter of the Dragon Lord, Dragon King, and she exposes the pictures to everybody. So humiliating Wildcat and her family. So for a while, for like the good portion of this season, Wildcat had a personal beef with Brainwaves Jr., which kind of was squandered towards the end, because Brainwave Sr. killed Brainwave Jr., and I kind of seen that he was conflicted that maybe he'll team up with the Justice Society, even maybe become one of the JSA. And I was personally right. He does team up with the JSA, just doesn't join it because his father killed him. Which then later, Wildcat kills Brainwave Sr. for what he did to Brainwave Jr. And most of the Injustice Society died by the end of the season finale. But I enjoyed this series so much. Like, yeah, the JSA won. There was like one time, like out of all the times, one time that Stargirl could have easily died. And that's saying something. And that was her being foolish. I said on my reviews on my group channel that Stargirl is an actress and character. Is a cute girl, but the character made some not so smart decisions during the show. But that's to be expected because we're all human. We all don't always make the smartest decisions, and people who negatively judge us for our past decisions that might not be the best, screw you. Let's go. Let's keep going. So yeah. And Icicle had a son that was really into Stargirl. Now that his father's dead, I wonder what his reaction, how he would, like how his story arc will go in season 2. Sheev, I'm guessing, is going to reboot the Injustice Society based on how the ending with her ended. And she does kill her father for keeping her captive for so long, essentially saving Stargirl, only to moments later try to kill Stargirl again. But this time she already tried to kill Stargirl, nearly succeeded. She tried to kill Stargirl again, failed. And how her story ended in this series, it does seem like maybe she might try to also reboot the Injustice Society. Maybe. But yeah, the heroes won. Surprise, surprise. And as soon as I thought Sheev, like the ending that we got with Sheev was the ending of the season, nope. 6 months later. 6 months later. It's Christmas. And they're having a Christmas party. And it's we get a more like one of those celebration type endings. And it wasn't bad. Like there was times like just towards the beginning that I was saying to myself, this is kind of cheesy. But I kind of stuck in there hoping that the show would get better. And it did. It did. It's one of my favorite shows that I've ever watched. It's up there with Arrow, Flash, which I don't really have any complaints about Arrow or Star Wars or Clone Wars. It's like up there for me. It's one of my top favorite shows ever. And I do highly recommend you guys watching that show, especially if you guys are into the whole sci-fi / superhero comic book type deals. I'm just warning you, at first it might be kind of cheesy, maybe okay, but as the show progresses, it gets better. It honestly gets better. if you're one of those people that are worried about them potentially bringing the whole SJW, like the Hollywood standard SJW, and trying to force it down, like views, and force it down on us viewers' throats, they don't do that. Which I like. They focus on character development, story growth, and it's great. I like no complaints. The acting was great. The character growth was and development was great. The story arc was good. I like the overall story for season one. I'm excited for season two because I did hear that they were renewed for season two. My one criticism, like it's not really a criticism towards the show. It's just here's my one criticism. I want like it would make sense for Stargirl to be in the Arrowverse, because here's why: Crisis among Infinite Earths destroyed all the other Earths except for Earth One, which is now called Earth Prime. So the old Earth 2 that had Jesse Quick, Harry Wells, who had Tommy Merlin as the Dark Archer, where Thea Queen wasn't around because drug overdose, sadly. All those Earths got wiped out, and Oliver and his death in Crisis rebooted the universe. And they did confirm with Stargirl, the one I'm referring to in this video, is in a No Earth 2. So I do want Stargirl to be part of the Arrowverse. And if they keep up the writing as they have with season 1 into season 2, 3, and 4, how many seasons, like, assuming that it does get a season 3 and a season 4, this show can honestly be the best Arrowverse show that is currently running. My personal favorite Arrowverse show is, in general, is Arrow. My favorite Arrowverse show that is running has to be The Flash, followed closely by Black Lightning, which is followed by tied with Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow. Batwoman's in last place for me, but Batwoman's a story for another time. Yeah, I honestly think that if they keep the same writing as they do have been in season 1, in season 2, assuming that this version Stargirl does get a part of the Arrowverse, then, like I said, this could not only be the best Arrowverse show that's currently ongoing, but debatedly the best Arrowverse show. And that's saying a lot from me because I do love Arrow. Like, I do love the show Arrow. And yeah, I know it might get I know the Arrowverse it's gonna get like a new version of Batwoman, which I don't agree with at the time, like how they're doing it, how they're planning to do it. And I know they're getting a Superman and Lois show, and I did hear rumors, which I'm hoping is true. We'll get Green Arrow and the Canary show, which is based off of Oliver and Felicity's daughter Mia's Queen. And so you can debatably say, well, maybe the Arrowverse is good with shows. Maybe adding Stargirl into the Arrowverse may make the Arrowverse kind of crowded. I don't think so. Not if the story is good. Not if they have a good story, good character development. I don't think so. And like I said, Stargirl is one of those few shows that regardless if I was saying my one criticism was it not being part of the Arrowverse, is I don't really have an actual complaint and actual criticism towards the show. And here's the thing: the first two seasons of Black Lightning wasn't part of the at the time. Black Lightning wasn't part of the Arrowverse for the first two seasons. Third season, yeah, they added Black Lightning as part of the Arrowverse. Because for a little bit, Black Lightning was its own thing. So who's to say that Stargirl will get the same treatment eventually? And I'm bringing up that point just in case if there are any of you guys in the comment section saying, Stargirl will never be part of the Arrowverse. Well, yeah, the same argument could have been said about Black Lightning. And Black Lightning is part of the Arrowverse now. So by that logic, Stargirl has a chance. Yeah. So, yeah. I love the show. I literally have no complaints about the show. I had low expectations for the show. Exceeded them. It's one of my favorite shows ever now. Like the character development, like the story arc, love the acting. I might criticize Stargirl saying that was a stupid move, Stargirl, but or any other character, but it isn't like a jab at the show or the characters per se. I mean, it was kind of a jab at the characters, but not in a way it's saying, oh, you made this dumb move, oh, you're just a bad character now. No, it wasn't like badly written character. No, it's not like that. And I do highly recommend you guys watching this show. Because like I said, this is one of the best shows ever. And if they can keep this writing chops as they did in the first season, even if Stargirl does become part of the Arrowverse, one of the best DC comic shows ever. And could potentially be one of the best Arrowverse shows ever if it does get into the Arrowverse. But what do you guys think? Have you guys seen Stargirl season 1? What do you guys think about Stargirl season 1 or Stargirl so far? Do you guys like it? Dislike it or about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And be careful out there. And stay awesome, my friends. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.